Welcome back, Wizards of the Fog. In this special Friday the 13th edition of our updates for Chapter 21, we're on the case and we're discovering yet another clue from today's tweets. Before we get into the video, make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell so you stay up to date with all the news and information leading into Chapter 21 and beyond. So today, it's official. We have our first teaser video for the new Chapter 21 set to release sometime in September. A PTB any day now. But before we get into it any further, let's go ahead and watch the trailer. And there you have it, the first trailer for the new Chapter 21 paragraph. So let's get started and unpack this mystery. Considering all the information leading up to now, with the word spelling out raise, the music notes that were in the Discord, the spectrogram showing the word hell, it's almost 99.9% certainty that it is indeed fact the Cenobites and HellRaiser. I'd like to point out that 1987 was in the top right-hand side of the television screen. Pinhead and HellRaiser celebrate their anniversary in September. The film has been released and re-released, and I'm sure that there might be a special edition on the way. You also have the new series that will be coming out soon, so there could be even more promotion and cross-promotion for the DLC in the future, perhaps. Now, I do see many threads going online saying that the Five Nights at Freddy's theory is still alive because the famous bite was in 1987, which started the entire series of FNAF. However that may be, I think it's just purely coincidental. I truly feel that the direction of this paragraph is indeed, in fact, going to be HellRaiser. Going into some further research, matching up the television in the trailer with a scene and a flower blooming in HellRaiser, it almost all but confirms the suspicion that in fact it will be indeed Pinhead making his way into Dead by Daylight. Also, in the hospital scene, the nurse overseeing Kirsty, the flower on the television screen matches up almost perfectly with what we're seeing from direct reference material of the film. There's almost no doubt within my mind that the next sequence of the trailer could perhaps have something with the Lament configuration, aka the puzzle box, which is what Kirsty Cotton had unlocked, releasing the Cenobites and Pinhead onto the world once again. So now we just have to ask ourselves, how will he play? Well, I'm gonna show a brief clip here from the Chains of Hate trailer, and I'm gonna go into it a little bit further. But before we do that, this trailer that we will get to really reveal the killer will more than likely have the puzzle box opening and perhaps revealing the true mysteries and the true horror and terror and the sadistic pleasures that the Cenobites covet and look to unleash pain and misery upon their victims. But we have to ask ourselves, where did the puzzle box come from? The mystery behind the puzzle box, it was originally called the Lemarkin configuration in Barker's novel. It's known to most humans as only a rumor on the lips of a dialect. So if you'd like to read up more of that, make sure you check out the Discord Dead by Daylight section in the comment section below, and I'll have all of these screenshots available for you to check out. And even before once Pinhead was a man, in HellRaiser 2, it was indicated for when he had seen an old photograph of himself and it's forced to remember his previous or former life. And it was, of course, due to his time in the Hell dimension, and the monster was a Victorian Brit era named Elliot Spencer. But once again, the mastermind behind the box, Philip Lecmilcarlin, was, a French architect and a designer who, credited to one of his most prolific, if undiscovered, mass murderers history of the modern world. This guy was like just ruthless, and he's responsible for all that. So the box is surely going to play a key factor into Dead by Daylight. How the observer was able to bring in the means to have a character like Pinhead and the Cenobites working for the entity remains to be seen. I'm so interested to see how they are able to tie it in. The box, it's in every film, and it's always a gateway between their world and hell. So we'll see how the box, it's related to the entity in the realm of the fog. But the first thing you need to know about Pinhead is that he's a Cenobite. It's a race of extra dimensional creatures, and they're characterized by how mutilated they are. If you see the Chatterer or Butterball or any of the others, the obsession with bloodthirsty and the sadomasochist. If you haven't seen the original films, I highly recommend watching them, especially with this chapter on the horizon. You will definitely want to get up to speed with Pinhead and how just deliciously evil he is, and you will really enjoy yourself. It's quite a treat to watch these in succession. I recommend watching at least HellRaiser 1, 2, and perhaps even Bloodlines, and getting yourself ready for this chapter. Here we go. Have a visual aid of what I think had started the beginning journey of having and acquiring the HellRaiser franchise and license. The Deathslinger, when we first saw this, I actually thought that the Deathslinger's trailer was a Pinhead trailer, and a lot of people thought that as well. But sure enough, we had the Deathslinger, and what a great addition he was to the game. Having a undead cowboy, very cool idea and concept. But I feel like now, they have had a lot of time to work on the mechanics of chains and the use of chains. So I'm not sure how Pinhead's powers will work in tangent with the box. I do see many different fan-made concepts online, and I think the one that we have here on the screen is probably the coolest that I've seen out of the bunch so far. So if there's anything like a leveling up, like similar to Nemesis with his whip, perhaps he'll have a capture like Conehead with the Silent Hill chapter. There might be a little bit of everything. It'll be a kitchen sink of ideas. And let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the fog.